At 8 o'clock tonight, Governor Calvo declared the island in condition of readiness 1. This means that damaging winds are expected to occur within 12 hours. It also means no outdoor activities are allowed unless it is an extreme emergency, but otherwise, please stay indoors. As for the latest information from a weather briefing held this evening with the National Weather Service, the worst conditions are still expected for tomorrow morning. Damaging winds of 39 miles per hour are now expected to blow through at around 3 o'clock in the morning, with damaging winds of about 58 miles per hour now expected at 10 a.m. Winds at the center are around 40 with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. The National Weather Service expects around 4 to 6 inches of rain during the passage of the tropical storm. The storm will also bring strong rip currents and flooding in low-lying coastal areas. You're urged to please stay out of the water. The tropical storm is moving northwest at 14 miles per hour. According to National Weather Service Warning Coordination meteorologist Chip Gard, he says damage could include debris from dead tree limbs, damage to substandard homes, few secondary power lines could go down, damage to most signs and canopies. He urges you to please be prepared.
For a direct hit, we have to plan on all parts of the island to be affected, and that means that as far as people moving away from coastlines, in other words, which coastlines are going to be susceptible to storm surge, you have to plan for all of them, especially 24 hours ahead of time or 18 hours ahead of time. Now, maybe a few hours ahead of time, we can pinpoint it and tell you exactly who's going to be at the greatest risk. But in order to get people evacuated and into shelters early enough, then we have to kind of plan for all exposures.
As we reported, we are now in condition of readiness 1. Governor Calvo urges island residents to please heed the warnings and be safe.
I'm asking all those in the community that are in need of going through the community in terms of our roads in order to get gas, fuel, or supplies to please be very careful. I've talked to our representatives in GPD, and there's a lot of folks out there on the road now, and there's been a lot of fender benders, a lot of accidents. Thank God there has been nothing serious, but I understand this has happened real fast. So I'm asking all the people of Guam, as they are out there in the community, as they're traversing our highways, and I know there's a need because you need to get the fuel, you need to get the supplies, but be careful while you're out there. And once you've done it, please head home and secure your premises, secure your home, secure your families.
As for storm shelters, Department of Education Superintendent John Fernandez was visiting the sites this evening, ensuring operations are running smoothly. KUAM caught up with him making his rounds here, as you can see, at Estumbo Elementary School in the village of Dededo. Meanwhile, Machinauno Elementary School in Jigo is no longer able to accept people who are in need of a safe place to ride out the storm. The public school is full to capacity. However, if you do live in northern Guam, you can still go to other shelters, such as the one we just mentioned, Estumbo Elementary School, or Maria Ujoa Elementary. As for central residents, you can go to George Washington High School. And finally, for southern residents, shelters are now open at Talafofo Elementary or at Maritzo Elementary School. As for the Guam Memorial Hospital, women at least 38 weeks pregnant and all high-risk pregnant mothers who are 6 months pregnant or more are now being accepted at the hospital. They can report to the Patient Registration Department on the first floor for registration. All expectant mothers admitting themselves are asked to bring personal ID and insurance cards, drinking water, as well as food, prescribed medication, personal toiletries. Bring your favorite reading materials or DVD movies to help pass time. Also, please do not bring quilts, blankets, or pillows. As for an update on military installations, at 8 p.m. the main gate for Anderson Air Force Base was closed to all non-essential and non-emergency personnel. There will be no gate closures for Naval Base Guam or Naval Computer and Telecommunications Station Guam. At Naval Hospital Guam, the main gate closed at 8 p.m. and the construction gate will provide access to the hospital. However, signs directing traffic at the main gate will provide directions for traffic. Restricted access to all gates will remain in effect until further notice. If anyone is unsure of their status, please contact your immediate supervisor. And while you are preparing for this storm, the Attorney General's office reminds residents to keep a watchful eye for price gouging. Under Guam law, it is unfair practice for merchants or landlords to increase the price of any goods, services, or dwelling rentals on the basis of shortage anticipated or caused by natural disaster. To report violations, please call the AG's office.